Hi everybody, this is part 2 of week 10 of the Photo-Africa weekly chat. My name is Gerry. Welcome. If this is your first time, you've dropped in kind of halfway here. Like I said, part 2, you can check part 1, which led up. What we covered in part 1 is, what did we do? Yes, we chatted very briefly about a lion with a beer bottle in its mouth. Check the previous blog or check it out on the Facebook page. Also, photo sharing sites. A couple of weeks ago, I asked you your thoughts on photo sharing sites, which ones you use, don't use, when is it too many sites, and yeah, a bit of a chat and a feedback session from many people on what they think, and there is an alarming tendency that's running through here. So yeah, check out part 1 for all of that. Then also part 1 ended off with, which was going to be a short one initially, ended up being quite a long 5 minutes tutorial on cropping in Lightroom. So that's another one you can check out. For now, we're going to pick up from there, is the bucket list question. In the week 8 video, I asked you guys, what is on your photographic bucket list, as in destinations, and the feedback has been quite phenomenal. I mean, I know I've got all these images in my mind that I still want to get. There's destinations I still want to go to, and apparently so does everybody else. So what I've done here, let's have a quick read through just some of these things, and there is a reason for this, because I think when you start hearing what other people want to photograph and where they want to travel to, apart from hearing new things, you can also see how many people share your idea and how they share the same photographic hopes and dreams, I suppose, let's call it that. So, Karen from the Netherlands, her list includes, and top of the list was Patagonia for scenery and killer whales, for example. But she says before her list continues, she first has to get rid of the virus that is Africa, all the animals and stuff, and she mentions Botswana. Now, as you guys know, if you have traveled to Africa in the past, the wildlife photography really is spectacular. I mean, you got animals all over the place, everything from the small things to your big five. So, Karen says she first needs to get rid of that virus, and trust me, Karen, doesn't go away. It stays with you all the time. Others on her list included Uganda for gorillas, Tanzania, open spaces and things, great white sharks, which I think that also popped up. I'm shooting those next week. I cannot wait. Very excited for that one. India and Nepal for tigers, and her list keeps going and going and going. Then what Rihanna came up with is, my wife's being funny next to the camera here, so I'm going to get her on camera one day. Right, moving on. Rihanna, with her bucket list, said she was a bit more specific on not as much destinations, but on specific images, and this is where I wanted this to go to naturally. Hers is Rihanna's a cheetah in the wild, a leopard in a tree, a breaching whale, idyllic white beaches and the pyramids. So I'm going to come back to Rihanna's idea of specific shots later on, because I think once you know the destination where you want to go, there must be a reason for it. You need to scratch around that reason and see, what do you want to photograph? Is there anything specific that you're after? Well, I'm going to pick up on that in a little bit. Then Alex says the Amazon rainforest, for example, for tribes, the cultures, and macro photography. I mean, macro in those jungles must be phenomenal. I mean, the detail, the small things. Also a Cape to Victoria Falls journey, road trip, and photographing the whole journey. I mean, that's a bucket list all in one right there. And then again, the great sharks keep on coming up. I hope we can get some pictures to you in about a week's time from now. Then Mike is an African living in Cusco, Peru, and he reckons he's actually fulfilling his bucket list as he goes, with the cultures, the dancing, the travel, the architecture, everything that he's doing right now. Mike also, he runs, I think it's called mikeonlocation.com, his website, where he also runs responsible travel into and out of Peru, so check him out if you get a chance. Then Tristan, also from the Netherlands, long list here as well, grizzlies in Canada, blue whales, orca, killer whales, tigers in India, what do we got? Gorillas, emperor penguins, people around the world. And then I like this last one, Tristan, and you know what, you actually hitting it quite on the nail, we're going there, is the last bucket list item on Tristan's list is a photo safari somewhere in the world with Gerry and some followers of the weekly chat. That's a good plan. Right. Now, Tristan, it doesn't have to be as much of a bucket list item as you think, because it is happening. There is a lot of stuff happening in the next while, and I'm going to chat to this in about 2-3 minutes from now. So yeah, keep tuned, stay tuned. And then it goes on and on, but there's a lot of recurring themes on these bucket lists from all over the world, and a lot of it's Africa-centered, but also if you look at your big natural travel destinations, the Amazon, you got Patagonia, Galapagos, those things come up quite often. So now, what I want to ask you is, after this, after the destination list, what is next? So let's say you're going to Africa and you're coming on a safari. What are the images you want to get? The reason is, I mean, I've got in my mind, I've got a million shots I still want to get. I've got these ideas. I think half of them are probably not going to be possible because we see things differently. But can you think, and do you think of certain images you still want to get? So, I mean, I don't know, 2 lion males facing each other, roaring, steam coming up, backlit golden light. That's one. I mean, we see lions all the time and so on and so forth, but, doing what we do. But you must have these shots in mind that you want to get. It could be of places. I mean, I don't know, New Year's over the Sydney Harbour Bridge, which is apparently spectacular. Photographing someone special like Nelson Mandela. So my question to you this time is, and let's pick up on this, is if you have a memory card that can only fit 3 raw images, what would they be? What would you want to click your shutter at 3 times if it's only that? Right, it could be anything. A person, a moment, a special event, an animal, a scene, whatever. Let me know, what is your specific single one photographic shot that you want to get? Alright, now with the whole shot idea, for me, I've been in the Madikwe Game Reserve now for, I think it's just about going on 6 years. Right, long time, and obviously managing game lodges and stuff in the park. And Photo-Africa, as you see it on the website now, has grown up until a certain point where it's gotten to workshops, a couple of safaris, we've got these chats, we've got the Facebook page, Twitter, and so on. But it's reached a point where it cannot grow anymore. And the idea was always to, at some stage, move on. Right, move on from the Madikwe Game Reserve, move back to the city and take the passion, the energy, the enthusiasm, the images, everything that is Photo-Africa, and take it up to the next level. Now, through a strange series of events, this has happened a bit sooner than planned. So, the short version is this. At the end of July, so a month from now, Adele, my wife, and I, she was pulling faces here earlier on, we are moving back to Johannesburg, and we are starting, and Photo-Africa is going up to a completely new level. So, yeah, moving out of the Madikwe Game Reserve, back to the city, big adjustment there as it is, and yeah, a whole new thing coming. So Photo-Africa is going to be merging with another company, and as soon as I have all the details, you guys will be the first to know. But the bottom line is this, that with me running a game lodge here and being in the Madikwe Game Reserve, I could only take Photo-Africa this far. And that includes these chats, what I could do with it, going on location, shooting different things, tutorials, whatever the case is. I couldn't do all those things, well, as much as I wanted to. That's all going to change. So now, we are moving full-time. Andrew Breck from Weawatenga, he's involved, and then another partner, you will meet very soon, also involved. So 3 of us, we're opening offices in Joburg, and travel, photographic, chats, lectures, workshops, all of these things are going to form a part of it. And a while ago on the Facebook page, I think it was on my own Facebook page, I posted a quote that went something in the line of, what was it? Oh, in life and in business, if it doesn't scare you, is it really worth doing? Sounds silly initially, but think about it. I mean, for, any new venture, any change, it scares the hell out of us. So, am I scared? Absolutely. Terrified. But excited at the same time because of the possibilities. The power of possibilities, I think, is the biggest thing out there. And this is not just in life. It's getting very schwau now, but also in photography. I mean, the power of possibility of the images you can create, but also the power of possibilities of what you can do if you really, really believe in something. So, I believe in what's happening here. We are going to go big with this. Lots and lots of exciting stuff coming up. So, stay tuned for more. And I've got 4 weeks left in the Madikwe Reserve. So, next week, the chat will probably be from, well, I don't know yet, either Madikwe or Johannesburg or from Cape Town, where we're shooting, we're doing a Great White Sharks photo workshop. So one of those places I will see you from next week. And then for the last 2 weeks after that, I will be out of Madikwe here as well. Do a bit of a wrap up and things. Met some very interesting people, phenomenal friends, some strange people as well, truth be told. Moving on. So yeah, that's the news update for now. Everything's in the process. Everything's happening. It's a done deal. I'm just hashing through the details with Andrew and with Jono then as well. So, more on that as time goes. But yeah, stay tuned on the Facebook page, on Twitter, on these chats. We'll definitely give you guys updates as we go. Then, let's wrap this one up for now. It is week 10, and in week 10 we are lucky enough to have, lots of free stuff, because people love free stuff, is July. Yes, it's the 1st of July today, so with that comes the free wallpaper downloads for your PC or Mac, whatever you decide to use. The link will be underneath this video. Check it out, there's 3. There's a very young baby rhino, there's a giraffe drinking, and a beautiful African evening sky, which was by request. Those are the 3 wallpapers for the month. Each of them have the little calendar in the corner somewhere, handy for you to check where you are. Also then, and I picked this one up on Twitter, is a photographer called Scott Bourne. Very well known, fantastic photographer, and does quite a bit of writing. He's just released a free ebook called Vision. Now, it's a short essay, so it's quite an easy read on things like creativity, seeing your images. What else has he got in there? Approaching creative photography. Definitely worth the read. I'll have that link for you as well under there. Check it out, and if you have feedback and if you find interesting links like this, send them through. We'll share them out as we go. I think that is just about it for this week, part 2 of week 10. Then, yes, check out the website for updates. There's a lot of website, obviously, changes coming up, so keep your eyes posted. I'm on Facebook, give you the Photo-Africa page, also Twitter. Now, just on those very quickly before we wrap up. Facebook for me is a place where I can put images up and direct you to a blog post. So it is a visual thing, but if you see an image and it doesn't make sense, or you need to find out more about the image, whether it's the technical detail, the story behind it, or comparisons, follow the link, because those images link to the blog. Right. Then for me, Twitter is more where the conversation happens. Very active on there now, and it's going to become more and more and more. So look me up on Twitter, and let's get conversations going. So, I've got to get back to work. It's freezing out here, so I'm going to try and stick indoors for a little bit. I will see you guys next week, either from Madikwe, from Johannesburg, or from Cape Town, where we're shooting the sharks. Have a great week. Send me your questions and comments. I will see you next time.